a chance for me to say that, look, I've been very lucky. I've learnt through my life.
In a moment of unexpected emotion, Simon Cowell broke down in tears after hearing the heartbreaking news about Richard Goodall. The renowned talent judge, known for his tough exterior, was visibly moved when the shocking story of Richard's struggle and perseverance surfaced. Simon, who has witnessed countless performances and life-changing moments on America's Got Talent and The X Factor, found himself deeply affected by Richard's journey. In this video, we delve into the powerful moment that left Simon in tears, exploring the connection between the two and the profound impact Richard's story had on Simon's heart. Humble beginnings, a life in Terra. Haute, Indiana. Born and raised in the small town of Terre Haute, Indiana, Richard Goodall's life began like so many others in modest surroundings. Richard came from a family that valued hard work, simplicity, and love. His parents, while not rich in material wealth, instilled in him a deep sense of respect for others and a passion for music. Growing up, Richard was not unlike many kids in his town. He loved music and dreamed of performing in front of large audiences, but he lacked the resources or opportunities to chase such aspirations at the time. Music was Richard's refuge from the mundanities of daily life. He spent hours in his small room, singing along to songs on his Radio Shack stereo, lost in the music that transported him to a world beyond his small-town existence. The radio often played his favorite songs, from classic rock anthems to ballads of hope and loss, and Richard would belt out every note, imagining himself on stage in front of thousands. Yet, despite the passion he had for music, Richard had to face the reality of life. With college out of reach due to financial constraints, Richard found himself working the only job he could, cleaning the floors at Chauncey Rose Middle School. The singing janitor, a hidden talent. Revealed. At first, Richard was just another janitor, quietly sweeping the halls and cleaning the classrooms of the middle school. However, he was far from ordinary. As Richard went about his work, he often sang. His voice, though soft at first, began to echo through the empty hallways, capturing the attention of students and teachers alike. His renditions of classic songs, especially the stirring "God Bless the USA" by Lee Greenwood, became a staple of the school's celebrations. His deep, rich voice, coupled with the raw emotion he poured into every performance, made Richard an instant favorite among the faculty and students. Soon, students affectionately began referring to him as the singing janitor, or simply Mr. Richard. His performances became regular events, especially during the school's Veterans Day celebrations, where his rendition of "God Bless the USA" had the crowd in tears. To many, Richard was a symbol of hope, a reminder that music could heal and unite people, even in the most unexpected places. Little did he know, this simple, unassuming life would soon take an unexpected turn, catapulting him into a future he had only dreamed of. The turning point. Going viral. The true turning point in Richard's life came in 2022, during a school event when teachers encouraged him to pick a song that truly showcased his vocal talents. Richard, ever the perfectionist, selected "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey, an anthem of hope and perseverance that perfectly mirrored his own life's journey. As Richard sang, his passion, heart, and soul poured into every note. It was clear that this was no ordinary performance. The heartfelt emotion in his voice struck a chord with the audience, and soon, the performance was recorded by a teaching assistant and shared on TikTok. The video quickly went viral, reaching over 100,000 views by the next morning and over 1 million by the weekend. Within days, Richard's rendition of "Don't Stop Believin'" became a sensation, with fans from all over the world commenting on the raw emotion and power of his voice. Even Journey's iconic frontman, Steve Perry, left a comment on the video, expressing his admiration for Richard's talent. This attention opened the doors for Richard to perform on some of the biggest stages in the world. America's Got Talent took notice of him and invited him to audition for the show. The world was about to discover the man behind the voice. America's Got Talent, stepping into the spotlight. Richard's appearance on America's Got Talent was a moment that changed his life forever. On May 27th, Richard stood before a panel of judges that included Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel. His nerves were palpable, but Richard was determined to give it his all. As the music played, Richard's voice soared through the arena, filling every corner with the stirring notes of "Don't Stop Believin'." His performance was electric, and it earned him a standing ovation from both the judges and the audience. Touched by his story and talent, Heidi Klum pressed the coveted golden buzzer, sending Richard straight to the live shows. For Richard, this moment was a dream come true. The confetti that showered him on stage was a symbol of everything he had worked for. The years spent singing alone in his room, the long hours spent cleaning classrooms, and the relentless belief that his dreams were not out of reach. As he stood there, overwhelmed with emotion, Richard realized that his life was about to change in ways he had never imagined. He was no longer just a janitor, he was a rising star. The journey to stardom, rising through the ranks. As the live shows approached, Richard's life began to shift dramatically. He was no longer a local sensation, he was a household name. The community of Terre Haute, where Richard had spent most of his life, rallied behind him. Families and friends organized viewing parties, created voting drives, and supported him with messages of encouragement. They were proud of their hometown hero, who had always remained humble despite his growing fame. During the live shows, Richard continued to impress with his powerful vocals and his humble personality. His ability to connect with the audience, both through his music and his story, was undeniable. Richard's journey from a janitor to a rising star served as an inspiration to millions of people who had faced hardships of their own. His story was a testament to the power of perseverance and the belief that dreams could come true if you never gave up. While his success on America's Got Talent opened many doors, Richard's character remained unchanged. He stayed true to his roots, never forgetting where he came from or the people who supported him along the way. His journey wasn't just about fame. It was about inspiring others to believe in themselves, no matter the obstacles in their path. Richard's band, from janitor to performer. One of the most exciting developments in Richard's career was the formation of a band called Manor Everything. This band, composed of local musicians from Terre Haute, played a crucial role in Richard's transformation from a solo performer into a full-fledged artist. The band's performances, initially limited to small venues, soon began to gain more attention, especially after Richard's viral TikTok video. In July, the band was booked for numerous performances at local bars, and Richard's talent began to shine in new ways. Despite his newfound fame, Richard remained grounded, and he credited his bandmates for their support in helping him pursue his dreams. They had all worked hard to make sure Richard's musical journey was supported, and they were equally excited to see the opportunities unfolding in front of them. Richard shared his gratitude with fans, saying, "Thanks to the band for their hard work, and to our manager for securing the gigs. See you Saturday at Archie Sports Bar at 7:30. Don't miss a note." The excitement surrounding the band and Richard's growing fame only amplified as the live shows on America's Got Talent loomed closer. A supportive community, crowdfunding Richard's journey. As Richard's journey continued, the support from his community in Terre Haute only grew stronger. A GoFundMe campaign was launched to help cover Richard's expenses as he competed on America's Got Talent. The campaign raised an impressive $15,000, allowing Richard's family to join him for the next stages of the competition. The love and support from his hometown were overwhelming, and Richard took to Instagram to express his gratitude for the generosity of those who had rallied behind him. One of the most memorable moments of Richard's journey came in August 2022 when he performed with Rudy Cardenas, a former American Idol contestant. The two singers shared a stage, performing "Don't Stop Believin'" in front of a huge crowd, and the performance was nothing short of magical. The energy between the two singers was palpable, and the audience was electrified by their chemistry. Richard's voice, once just a small-town treasure, was now being heard by thousands, and it was clear that his star was continuing to rise. Overcoming rejection, Richard's resilience. Before his America's Got Talent appearance, Richard had faced rejection from The Voice. His audition video, featuring "Don't Stop Believin'," had been sent in with high hopes, only to receive a disheartening email saying that he would not be moving on to the next round. The rejection hit Richard hard, but it didn't break him. Instead, he used it as fuel to keep pushing forward. In his Instagram post, Richard wrote, "Sometimes regular people don't get the chances they deserve, but I'll keep believing in my talent." When The Voice didn't recognize Richard, he turned to America's Got Talent, and the rest, as they say, is history. With unwavering determination and the support of his fans, Richard proved that rejection was just another step toward success. He went on to receive praise from music industry giants, including Journey's Steve Perry, who commented on his viral TikTok video, and even Howie Mandel, a judge on America's Got Talent, who expressed his admiration for Richard's talent. The unexpected rise. The viral video that changed everything. In 2022, something remarkable happened. One day, while Richard was singing a song for a school event, a colleague recorded the performance on their phone. Without much thought, the video was uploaded to TikTok, a social media platform Richard wasn't particularly familiar with. It was meant to be a simple recording, one that would eventually be lost in the sea of videos on the internet. But fate had different plans. The video of Richard singing "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey went viral almost overnight. The raw emotion in his voice struck a chord with millions of people. Viewers commented on how his voice carried a sense of authenticity and passion that made them feel something deep inside. Richard's story, his humble life as a janitor, and his beautiful, soulful voice captured the imagination of people across the globe. Within a few short days, Richard's video had garnered millions of views, and soon, he was being contacted by producers, agents, and even the judges of America's Got Talent, AGT. This was the breakthrough Richard had always dreamed of, but never expected. The simple, unintentional video had launched him into the limelight, and suddenly, he was facing an opportunity that he couldn't afford to pass up. He had spent his entire life singing for himself, for his students, and for his small town. Now, he had a chance to perform on one of the biggest stages in the world. But with this new opportunity came new challenges, ones that Richard wasn't entirely prepared for. Tragedy strikes, losing a loved one. In the midst of his newfound fame, Richard was also grappling with a deeply personal tragedy. Before he met his fiancée Angie, Richard had been married to a woman whom he loved deeply. Their relationship had spanned over 30 years, a lifetime of shared memories, love, and laughter. Their connection was strong, evident in the pictures they took together over the years. Every holiday was a celebration of their bond. The photos of their Christmases, birthdays, and anniversaries captured the joy and warmth they shared. To anyone who knew them, Richard and his wife were the epitome of love and devotion. But in 2021, everything changed. Richard's wife was diagnosed with cancer, and their world was shattered. It was a devastating diagnosis, and Richard immediately became her rock. He stood by her side, pouring all his energy into supporting her through the grueling treatments. The hospital visits, the late nights, the moments of hope followed by despair. It was a harrowing journey. Richard believed that they could beat the disease together, but cancer is a cruel and unforgiving opponent. The harsh realities of fame. As Richard's star began to rise with America's Got Talent, he quickly realized that fame came with its own set of challenges. While the support from fans was overwhelming, Richard was also thrust into a world of public scrutiny. Online trolls and hurtful comments flooded his social media pages. His age, his appearance, and even his talent were harshly criticized. Though these remarks came from strangers, they began to take a toll on Richard. The joy in his eyes began to fade, replaced by the pressure of living up to everyone's expectations. The demands of the competition and the constant public exposure weighed heavily on Richard. He found himself trapped in a cycle of stress and anxiety, trying to please the world while losing sight of the person he truly was. The fame he had once dreamed of now felt like a cage, and Richard struggled to keep his personal life intact. A journey of resilience. Richard Goodall's journey is a testament to the power of resilience. From the quiet halls of Chauncey Rose Middle School to the bright lights of America's Got Talent, Richard's life has been defined by his ability to overcome obstacles and find new paths forward. His story is not just about the power of music. It's about the strength to rise above tragedy, rejection, and the harsh realities of fame. Through it all, Richard has continued to inspire those who have walked similar paths, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is always hope. Moving on, but not forgetting. A new beginning with Angie. Despite the overwhelming grief, Richard knew life had to go on. And as time passed, Richard began to heal, though his pain remained. A few months after the death of his first wife, Richard began to open his heart to love again. He met Angie, a woman who would eventually help him rediscover joy and passion. On August 25th, shortly after his wife's passing, Richard posted a photo on Instagram with Angie, captioned, "Fun night with my Lane at Taco Tequilas." The post was a reflection of the new chapter in his life, one filled with promise and the possibility of happiness once more. While it was clear that Angie brought light into Richard's life, the journey to joy was not without its difficulties. It was marked by a deep sense of loss and sorrow, a stark reminder that the scars of the past would always remain. Angie was not a replacement for his first wife, but rather someone who could help Richard heal while still honoring the love he had shared with his late wife. The story of Richard and Angie's relationship is a testament to the possibility of new beginnings, even in the aftermath of life's greatest tragedies. But despite the healing Angie brought, Richard's heart was still tethered to the memories of the woman he had lost. From janitor to viral sensation, the journey to America's Got Talent. Richard Goodall never set out to be a viral sensation. His rise to fame was accidental, sparked by a simple act of singing in a middle school gym. Richard had been known in his local community as the janitor with a great voice, often singing while he worked. One day, a colleague filmed him singing, and the video was posted on TikTok. To their surprise, the video quickly went viral. Richard, who had spent years singing alone, suddenly found himself in the spotlight. The internet, with all its unpredictability, had turned him into a sensation. Soon after, Richard's local band, Menopause, began receiving requests to perform at local bars. In July, they were fully booked for the weekends, and Richard couldn't help but express his gratitude on social media. And just like that, we're booked every weekend in July. Thank you to the band for their awesome hard work and to our manager for securing the gigs. What began as a simple hobby had now turned into a legitimate career. Richard was no longer just a janitor. He was a performing artist, a member of a band, and a viral sensation. His musical journey was gaining momentum, and the world was beginning to notice. But Richard's path to fame didn't stop there. As he gained recognition, he began to consider bigger opportunities. Inspired by the attention he had received on social media, Richard decided to take a leap of faith and audition for America's Got Talent. It was a decision he had wrestled with for years, as he had always been told he had a voice that could move people. Yet, like many people with dreams, Richard doubted whether he was truly good enough to make it. The rejection from The Voice and the determination to keep going. Before auditioning for America's Got Talent, Richard had tried his luck with The Voice, hoping that his powerful rendition of Don't Stop Believin' would win the judges over. He had put everything into his performance, believing that this could be his big break. Unfortunately, the response he received was a blow to his confidence. The email from The Voice was devastating, saying, "Thank you so much for auditioning in our virtual open call. We have reviewed your performance of Don't Stop Believin'. Unfortunately, you will not be moving on to the next round. Please keep working, and we hope to see you again next season." Richard was crushed. He had truly believed in his talent and had poured his heart into the audition, thinking that his big moment had finally arrived. But the rejection left him disheartened and questioning his worth. It felt like a public denial of his ability, and the disappointment was deeply personal. Yet, Richard was not one to stay down for long. He made the decision to take his talents to America's Got Talent, vowing not to let this setback define him. He shared his thoughts with his followers on Instagram, saying, "Just so everyone knows, I'm worthy of The Voice, but I'll try for AGT. Regular people just don't cut it in this world. Love you all for your support." This post revealed a side of Richard that many may not have seen, the vulnerability behind the public persona. But more than that, it showed his determination to keep pushing forward, to keep chasing his dream. no matter how many rejections or setbacks he encountered along the way. The golden buzzer moment and the support of a community. When Richard auditioned for America's Got Talent, his performance of Don't Stop Believin' left the judges in awe. His powerful voice and unwavering determination to pursue his passion earned him the coveted golden buzzer, propelling him to the next level of the competition. But Richard's success wasn't just about his voice. It was about the support and love he had from his community. Back in Terre Haute, people rallied behind Richard, cheering him on as he took this next big step. His friends, family, and even complete strangers believed in him and his dream. Chris Buren, a fellow resident of Terre Haute, launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover Richard's travel and accommodation expenses for his AGT journey. The response was overwhelming. Within days, the campaign had raised $15,000, ensuring that Richard could focus entirely on his performance without the stress of financial worries. The campaign's slogan, "Let's give Terre Haute's AGT Golden Buzzer winner our support," captured the spirit of a community coming together to lift one of their own. Richard's journey was no longer a solitary one. He had a support system behind him, a community that believed in him. And this collective effort allowed him to step onto the AGT stage with a sense of confidence and pride, knowing that his hometown was rooting for him. Performing with Rudy Corrales and the Power of Dreams. In August 2022, Richard had the opportunity to sing Don't Stop Believin' on stage with Rudy Corrales, a singer from American Idol. The moment was magical. Rudy introduced Richard to the audience, calling him a TikTok phenomenon and declaring, "Dreams do come true." Richard, standing side by side with Rudy, seemed like a man who had found his place in the world. He had once dreamed of singing with a band, of performing for an audience, and now that dream was a reality. The moment was not only a personal triumph for Richard, but a reflection of how far he had come, from the janitor singing in his room to sharing the stage with a well-known performer. After the performance, Richard posted a heartfelt message on Instagram, thanking everyone who had been part of his journey. An absolute awesome day. Thank you to the Drake family for setting this up, Jeff Ginhart and Chelsea for being my brothers from another mother and filming me, and the whole Mill staff, the awesome band, and my Terre Haute friends in the audience. I hope more to come. Still enjoying the ride, y'all. This post was more than just a celebration of the performance. It was a testament to Richard's gratitude for everyone who had supported him along the way. The magic of TikTok and the support of legends. One of the most extraordinary moments in Richard's journey came when legendary singer Steve Perry, known for his role as the lead vocalist of Journey, commented on Richard's viral TikTok video. "I love this," Perry wrote, a simple statement that sent shockwaves through Richard's world. For years, Richard had admired Steve Perry's voice, and now the legendary singer was acknowledging his talent. Richard's response was filled with gratitude. "Love your music, sir. Thank you for commenting. This means so much to me." But the support didn't stop there. Journey's official TikTok account also shared Richard's video. And even Howie Mandel, a judge on America's Got Talent, posted a video expressing his admiration for Richard's performance. At first, Richard couldn't believe it. He wondered if it was all some elaborate hoax. But as he learned that the support was genuine, he felt a sense of awe and disbelief. To have icons in the music industry, like Steve Perry and Howie Mandel, recognizing his talent was the validation Richard had longed for. It was a moment of magic, a moment that made him believe that anything was possible. A story of hope, perseverance, and the power of music. Richard Goodall's journey is one of incredible transformation. From a janitor with a dream to a viral sensation, his story shows that no matter where you start, you can make your dreams a reality. It is a journey marked by love, loss, and a deep connection to the music that has always been a part of him. The challenges Richard faced, from the death of his first wife to the rejection from The Voice, didn't stop him from pursuing his passion. Instead, they fueled his determination, leading him to America's Got Talent and beyond. Today, Richard stands as a symbol of hope, perseverance, and the power of music. His journey is a reminder that even in the face of immense pain, there is always the possibility of healing and new beginnings. And as he continues to chase his dreams, Richard Goodall's story will inspire countless others to never give up on their own.